Out to Hart. Good ball movement from the Knicks. Bridges a floater over Wembanyama. Pass deflected or rebound, and Fox picks it up.
Well, you love that aggressive trap on Brunson. They're going to force him to give it up.
Fox's first shot can't get it. Towns the rebound. You know, so often in these playoff series, the team that loses the prior game comes out with such desperation. Brunson leans in. And a foul. Castle not happy. Brunson will get to the free throw line.
That's just a smart play right there. As he comes off that screen, he knows the defender is chasing and trailing, so that little hesitation forces the contact.
And it's beyond the arc, so 3 free throws from Jalen Brunson. His heroics in game 1, 13 of his 30 points in that fourth quarter. Remember, it almost didn't happen. He left the game in the first with a right knee, the injury.
And this is 2 times in a row that we have seen that the Spurs are picking up after a made bucket. But here, great screen by Josh Hart. And that forces Vassell. So when Wemby is back, Josh Hart is able to set a screen without any help around him. And that gives Vassell a tough spot and ends up fouling Brunson.
Brunson, it's the second. By the way, he was saying yesterday that when he was going back to the locker room, he was limping heavily after that knee injury. He said, come on now, not now. Of all times, not now. And obviously he came back and was the key player at crunch time.
Mike, you mentioned Jalen Brunson making his first shot and then kind of struggling a little bit after. It's never the first quarter with Brunson. Where you're worried most about Brunson is those last 5 minutes.
Well, he had led the NBA or was in the top 3 in first quarter points, but he's also had some rough start. His Hart tried to steal it. And a foul, but it's called on Brunson. Castle falls down. Spurs will take it side out. A stat that'll make the Spurs fans happy. Last 3 teams to lose game 1 of the finals at home have gone on to win the title. Remember OKC last year lost game 1 at home to Indiana and wound up winning in 7 games. Fox did not shoot well in game 1. Kicks it out. Vassell, Champagnie fires away and knocks down another.
Well, there's one guy that's been dialed in for the Spurs coming out of their conference final, continuing into game 1. Julian Champagnie right now is feeling that.
Ball deflected. Castle comes up with it. And a whistle is a foul as Brunson and Castle fall into that first row. Josh Hart will pick up his first personal.
And this is 2 shots now. They've gotten off rhythm because you can see the basketball's touching the paint. Look at 5 blue jerseys. Turn and see the basketball. So now Champagnie already has it lined up. That's an easy catch and shoot.
Knicks have 3 team fouls already. We're not even 2.5 minutes in. Castle, tough shot, and gets it in off the glass. Castle so strong, so tough. Mike Brown was talking about that. How physical and how tough the Spurs guards are. Anunoby drives on Wemby, gets inside. Layup is good. Uses the rim as a shield.
And Mike, Brunson has a foul, Bridges has a foul, and Josh Hart has a foul in the first 3 minutes of this game.
Vassell. Bridges stops him. Ball poked away by Towns. Champagnie comes up with it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. And he banged. That banged in. We saw one of those the other night. Deuce McBride had one of those. Towns double team. Swarming defense right now from San Antonio. Brunson trying to find some room. Floats it out. Anunoby. Fake. Fire. Hits. OG Anunoby, the 3-pointer.
He has so much patience in those corners, but you're seeing now a different approach here early with Brunson. They're giving him a lot more traffic, forcing the kickouts, and OG Anunoby took his time in the corner.
Wembanyama kicks it back out. Castle plenty of space. Can't hit. Long rebound. Bridges. Champagnie, the taller player on Brunson, gets inside. Brunson can't get it to fall. Slow getting up the other way. Castle drives inside. Bridges right with him. Comes up short. Wemby keeps it alive. Ball loose. Anunoby throws it ahead. Brunson, one man to beat. Goes right at Vassell. Blocked by Vassell. Rejects it out of bounds.
And San Antonio looks like they're coming out with that physicality. Sometimes it looks like the Knicks players are looking around at the referees while the Spurs are the ones that are more physical, and that's an outstanding block there by Devin Vassell, taking the contact and going up without fouling.
There is a frenetic energy right now about the Spurs, as we expected there to be. Their defensive pressure intensity, they're putting body on body down at this end of the floor.
Keldon Johnson only played 8.5 minutes, gets an early call. Drive inside from Hart, stepped out of bounds. First turnover for the Knicks.
And Mike, sometimes when a player like Keldon Johnson didn't get his normal minutes, no rotation, Mitch Johnson going to him early, getting him a rhythm early, letting him feel the court maybe a little bit sooner than you normally would.
That's the fewest minutes he's played all game. He's the NBA's sixth-man winner. Drives into the paint, stops, finds Wemby, inside with the flush.
And that's where you love to see Wemby on those weak side slashes. He didn't just stay out on the perimeter, see if there was going to be a kick out. He saw an opportunity to dive. Keldon Johnson, a nice find.
Hart, no hesitation, but can't hit. Champagnie grabs a rebound. Excellent start for the Spurs. Dylan Harper's in. Castle gets inside, comes up short. Brunson looks to push.
He can't believe he missed that. He just short-armed that reverse.
And Brunson nails the three. That's what Mike Brown wants from the Knicks, the fast pace, right?
And that's a 5-point swing. That's Stephon Castle at the rim. That should be an easy lay. Instead, now you've got numbers the other way for the Knicks' early push.
Champagnie to Harper. Harper had that great start the other night, and off to a great start with a beautiful drive to the basket. He is fearless going to the rim.
And RJ, every single perimeter player for San Antonio was caught the basketball, and they have had intent on getting into the paint.
Bridges up top. Towns finds Hart. Hart does not shoot the three. Drives inside. Wemby right there to greet him. Towns gets a good look. His three-pointer off the mark. Johnson the rebound. Wemby kicks it out. Johnson guarded by Bridges. Wembanyama, three-pointer. And Hart grabs the rebound. Hart had 15 rebounds in game one. Bridges, dangerous pass. Champagnie almost got a piece of it. And Anunoby drives on Champagnie. Wemby lurking. Good ball movement here. Bridges on the drive. Kicks it back out. Hart, floater as the shot clock's expiring. Can't get it. Fight for the rebound. Knocked away. Picked up by Harper.
Great defensive possession by the Spurs.
Harper pass inside. Shot no.
Every night they play in the postseason with points in the paint. They've only got 2 tonight. It's a critical part of their offense. San Antonio containing that will be a big storyline.
Wemby sits. Luke Cornett in the game. Castle back to the free throw line. Misses that first finals game the other night. 17 points, 8 rebounds, played his usual terrific defense. This is his second year in the league. His growth, where have you seen the biggest growth from Rookie of the Year to this season?
Well, I think there's so much room to grow. That's what's scary about how talented Castle is. But I just think his poise. I think you look at him in key moments in the game. He takes his time, and he's more confident in what shot he wants to get.
Meanwhile, Champagnie, nice job. Bridges had the rebound. Champagnie knocked it off Bridges, so new 14 on the shot clock. Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet have come in. Both teams rely on their bench. Both teams have some excellent players off the bench. And a foul on Towns. They're in the penalty already with 5:45 remaining.
I don't know if that's worth the risk right there by Karl Anthony Towns. You're trying to contest that inbounds pass. You pick up a cheap foul. More importantly, you send the Spurs to the line. I mean, he sees it. He wants to go get it. Just not able to get quite high enough. Cornett secures it and earns 2.
Cornett in game 1 played just 10 minutes. Of course, Cornett, that block he had in game 7 at a critical time against OKC. That's one of those plays that fans never forget. It was such a sensational block. Comes up short. Towns the rebound. Throws it ahead. Shamet. Shamet has one man to beat. It's Harper. Inside layup is no good. In and out. Mike Brown upset, thought he got hit. Spurs come the other way. Harper fakes. Harper drives. Harper finishes. Oh! Once again, a spark off the bench from the 20-year-old.
And Karl-Anthony Towns couldn't contest that the way he wanted. That would have been his second foul.
Foul on the entry pass there. That's against Cornette.
Well, he is fearless, there's no doubt. And he just got so much power. When he comes to that two-footed jump stop, that's the best way to try to get into the chest of a shot blocker. Didn't even need to right there. As RJ, you mentioned, Karl-Anthony Towns turns his body at the last second to avoid picking up a cheap one.
7-point San Antonio lead. Spurs led by 10 in the first quarter of game one. Towns quick catch and shoot. And just such a sweet shooting big man.
And this is that time with Wemby out the game. You have more options. You got three-point shot, and this is when they attacked the paint last game.
Harper misfires. Towns quick outlet. But the Spurs get back nice defensively. McBride to Bridges. Towns to Brunson. Extra pass. Shamet off the bounce. Now fires away. Way off. McBride gets the rebound. And it's going to be a jersey hold right there against San Antonio. Spurs not in the penalty yet.
Again, Karl-Anthony Towns. That's a great little brush screen by Brunson. That gives them another half second of open space to knock down that shot, and Karl-Anthony Towns doesn't need much.
That's intentional. He saw him down there. All it takes is a little shoulder to knock that defender off stride. He could not get back to Karl-Anthony Towns.
And Bryant and Brunson, Tony Brothers getting in and saying, come on guys, knock it off.
And Carter gives a little smile saying he's okay. This is what the rookie's supposed to do. He's supposed to get physical. That's how he gets on the court.
That last foul, by the way, was on Harper, and they changed the Cornette foul to Vassell. Bridges, Vassell all over him. Smothering defense early here from San Antonio. And Brunson apparently stepped out of bounds. Now, Knicks in the second half of game one had just one turnover. That was a key. And there you see, clearly, Tyler Ford right on there. Tyler Ford, Tony Brothers, Josh Timmon, the officials tonight. Bryant, blocked by Towns. Towns played some excellent defense in game one.
I think that's just Carter Bryant trying to make a play. He wants to have an impact on the game so badly. Rushed that a little bit, did not read the floor.
Towns drives on Cornette, lays it in as he goes crashing to the floor.
Again, another paint point. Wemby's out the game. You can straight line drive. We saw that in the open. Karl-Anthony Towns attacking Luke Cornette.
The cell, no hesitation. Bridges grabs the miss. Carter Bryant, another terrific, talented rookie. And Cornette knocks down Brunson. That's going to be the 14th foul. Brunson with just a smile.
That's a pretty good show there.
You think?
You're going to get out and show.
That's a full show, full body. There's no way Jalen Brunson is turning this corner.
When we played against Steph Curry in the finals, our job was to beat him up like that. And it wasn't anything dirty, but it's just if you're going to foul him in a physical nature. You want to make him have to work, make his body hit the floor, make it difficult for him. You wanted to limit his freedom of movement.
Mitchell Robinson comes in. They could play Hakamich if they want. Brunson trying to draw a foul. Looked like he got bumped from behind. Ball batted around. McBride comes down with it. Pulls back. Jump shot. In and out. Cornette for rebound. Knicks shooting just 35% from the field as Fox returns. Fox sneaks inside. Knocked away. Gets it back. Bank shot is good. A broken play, and he made something of it.
Yeah, he was surrounded by three Knicks defenders. Once he picked it up, they just fled. Nobody talked that out. Everybody left the basketball, and you let De'Aaron Fox get an easy one.
Shamet drives, and Shamet is fouled, or did they do a Hakamich beforehand? With 3:25 remaining. Yeah, Shamet was going to the basket. Robinson out. Will shoot the free throws, and that has been... Shamet wants to go to the line, but the other foul, the one they fouled Robinson, came before the contact on Shamet. Cornette picks up his second. Robinson in the playoffs, 13 of 44. That's 29%. And remember, he's got that broken bone in his right hand. He's got the brace on it. Line drive. How about that?
You got it to go. But one thing you have to watch out for here if you're San Antonio, it's so flat. There are times that ball hits the front rim. It kicks out so hard toward the foul line, you're susceptible to an offensive rebound.
That might not be a bad strategy in the last. He's been shooting free throws. He's saying this all the time. He works on it so much. And just has not seen the improvement in terms of the numbers. Misses that one. Vassell the rebound.
But that's a compliment to Mitchell Robinson. He has such an impact on the game. That makes the Knicks have to make a decision on if they play him.
McBride and Harper. Vassell off the bounce. Gets in the lane. High off the glass. Vassell, who has been one of the most consistent Spurs in these playoffs, did not have an exceptionally terrific game in game one, but a good start. And they foul Robinson again. They can do this until there are 2 minutes left in the quarter. We're going to have a timeout as we get under the 3-minute mark. So Robinson's going to shoot more free throws with the Knicks. Not the brace has any effect on him because he's not a good free throw shooter even without it.
I was thinking that it might help out, right? But no, because sometimes when players get up there, they get more into their heads. So if you have something to kind of take your mind off of that, then it can help you out.
Well, the strategy helping out the Spurs. Robinson goes 1 for 4 on the 2 trips. Spurs up by 5. Fox, Vassell, fake back out to Fox. And Anunoby tries to close. Fox hits the 3. That's the 4th three-pointer for San Antonio. 4 for 8 here in the first.
And right now, San Antonio is using the Knicks' ability to close out and chase the basketball against them. They're overly aggressive on their closeouts, and now San Antonio has found a rhythm. They could not find that in game one.
And the Knicks without a rhythm now with another hack of Mitch. Carter Bryant has been the one to foul him the next 2 times. That's the smart play by San Antonio. Carter Bryant's not going to play big minutes. Gets that one to go. Tonight's upcoming NBA Finals schedule brought to you by Modelo. Monday, the series shifts to New York. And it'll be, of course, on ABC. Tip-off shortly after 8:30, and then Wednesday in New York as well on ABC. Tip-off shortly after 8:30. Knicks crowds, and there's a lot here again tonight. The biggest cheers of the night are when Mitchell Robinson knocks down a free throw.
Oh, 100%, because he's such a crucial part to what they do that teams strategize to get him off the court.
And Mike,
how about that? Hits 2 for 2 legs.
And that's including the cheers in his own head that he's experiencing right now to hit a pair. What a relief for him.
Fox searching, sees an opening, gets inside and lays it up. Fox got a better bounce to his step. Again, not that it's an excuse, but he has not been the same since he turned his right ankle in the second round. He won't use it as an excuse, but he's not been moving as well. Good start tonight. Brunson double team off of Harper's leg. 9 to shoot for the Knicks.
3rd time now Jalen Brunson has had a screen in that area of the floor. When he's that close to half court, San Antonio is going full blitz to get the ball out of his hands at all costs.
And Anunoby hands it back to Brunson. Vassell in pursuit. Shot clock at 3. Brunson on the drive, leans in, the floater's up. Shot can't get it. Harper the rebound. Throws it ahead. Vassell 2-on-1 break. Alley-oop to Fox. He lays it up and in. And it's a 10-point lead. Just like game one, Spurs double-figure lead in the first quarter.
And that's the advantage of having guards that rebound like this. They can push it immediately and get the ball advanced.
And Anunoby had it knocked away, gets it back. Once again, with 24 down to 4. Pass inside to Robinson, lays it up and in. Good pass from Anunoby. Fox comes back out. Fox 9 points here in this first quarter. 4 or 5 from the field. Wemby against Robinson. Shot blocked, but a foul. And Anunoby went to help out. And it's on Mitchell Robinson.
that we talked a lot about in game one. The way these guards rebound, this is a big-time rebound. And because it's your guard, he can then turn, spin out, and now you've got blue jerseys behind the basketball. It leads to something easy, which is critical against the Knicks defense that's playing this well and is this aggressive.
First foul on Robinson. Wembanyama with his first trip to the free throw line. He took 13 free throws in game one. Shot poorly from the field, 6 of 21. Shot poorly from 3, 2 of 9. Still finished with 26 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. Most players would give anything down those numbers, but as he admitted, he did not play well.
Well, and that's the thing about Wemby. If that's one of his worst games, that's what the fear is when you're playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby has the ability and the talent that if he has one of those nights, there's nothing you can do about it.
Coming up on a minute left here in the first, a 9-point lead for San Antonio. There's Fox defending. Fox has more points here in the first quarter of game 2 than the entire game 1. Boy, this defense is sensational. Did he step out? Backcourt violation. Excellent defense from the rookie, Dylan Harper.
RJ, they are extended. I mean, this has been every trip in the half court. The Spurs are up, extended, pressuring these ball handlers.
That was close.
And that's the thing. The referee was late to get there to see it, and I think he might have gone off the reaction because it was so close.
Fox waits for the screen. Lawson picked up by Brunson. Finds Shannon cutting to the basket, lays it up and in. That's only the second turnover for San Antonio.
Only 5 in the game. And with what's at stake, with this kind of pressure on these ball handlers, that's only 5 turnovers. That's a very clean quarter for both teams.
Anunoby guarding Fox. Anunoby's defensive versatility so important. Wembanyama takes the 3, now drives on Robinson, gets inside, layup is good. Started from well beyond the arc, and gets an easy bucket, back to 9. Shot clock turned off, no fouls to give. Brunson, step back, 3-pointer. Can't get it. Wemby the rebound. Hoist it. That'll count if it goes. An excellent response from the San Antonio Spurs.